Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise at Saville. Please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, good morning and welcome indeed to Sunrise at Saville, April the 26th. The weather forecast, let's see, looks pretty good today. Sunny and 64. Outside recess is what I predict, so let's see if that weather forecast is true. Lunch, peanut butter and jelly on bun. Peanut butter and jelly on bun. Are you surprised? And let's see, birthdays, no birthdays in the school today. I think we have some coming up tomorrow and Wednesday. And let's see, yes, we have a new teacher of the week. Now, you might remember that 1 week we spent a whole week on Mr. Candle, 1 week on Miss Lutke, and 1 week on Miss Dennis. Really cool information about those guys. And this week, Miss Myers, Mrs. Myers, Nellie. Let's see what we can say about Miss Myers. Well, she was born in Dayton, Ohio, basically in Tip City area, and she went to Tip City schools all through her elementary, junior high, and high school career. She has 4 children in her family, so she is the youngest of the 4, and she's married, and she's been married for 2 years, and her husband are just great friends. Later, after she graduated from Tip City, she went to Hiram, and that's about 3.5 hours north of here towards Cleveland, and she graduated from there and became a teacher here at Saville. She's our first grade teacher. She told me a lot of things about herself, really interesting, but the crazy thing is before she was 2 years old, she had so many crazy things happen to her. She was very adventurous. I think we can at least say she was a very adventurous child. She sprained her right and her left wrist jumping out of her high chair when she was little, just jumping out of her high chair. And she also got stitches in her head. Boy, you ever get stitches? That's not a whole lot of fun. She got stitches in her head not once but twice from jumping off a bench. She would climb up things when she was little, and then she would jump off them, and apparently that wasn't working out too good for her. She even had a really unusual thing happen to her. She got her mom's earring stuck in her eye one time. Who can do that? Nellie, how do you do these things? But she said once she was 2, she'd calm down, and then she started to have a normal life and quit having accidents. I guess even when you're 2, you start to figure out you have to change your life. I guess she figured out if she keeps jumping off of things, she's going to get hurt, even when she was little. You know what, Nellie? I wonder if you ever like to jump out of an airplane and do some parachuting, or hang gliding. Is that something you've ever done? I'll have to ask you that, find out about that. Let's see what else. Today we have a riddle. We have a riddle for you. And that riddle says, what table doesn't have legs? What table doesn't have legs? If you can be the first one to give me that answer, whether you're an adult or a student, we'll get you a prize. Could be a drink of water from the water spigot. Could be a trip to North Pole. We haven't given that one away for a while. Or who knows, you might even be part of the breakfast bunch. I have to tell you that we're going to start a new challenge, a physical challenge coming up, but I'm still working out the details on it. I made one up. I think it's going to be way too hard for you. So I've got to take a look at it, maybe change some of the things I'm going to ask you to do. So I'll look at that. Hopefully we'll have that tomorrow. Also, I had a possum. Yeah, a possum. Now, this is a little while ago, and here's how I discovered it. I'm going outside, and I try to open my back screen door, and I can't open it. So I keep pushing on the door, and then all of a sudden I realize that there's a possum. Yes, a possum. They're big. Leaning against my door, and that's why I can't open it. So finally I push it real hard. I didn't know what was going on. I see the possum running away. And I thought, wow, I can't believe that. Well, the next morning I get up to go to school. And I look out and I see the possum is laying over by my trash cans. So now I'm wondering, did I injure the possum? Did I knock him out? What did I do? Why is he laying over there? Is he dead? Is he alive? I don't know. So I go to school, talk to some guy I know. He's a hunter and a fisher, and he knows all about the wildlife. And I asked him, I said, how do I tell if the possum's living or dead? I'm a little worried about it. And then he said to me, well, you get a stick and you walk over and poke him. If he hisses at you, he's alive. Now, apparently this guy doesn't know me. I'm not, there's no way in the world I'm going to go walk over and poke a possum with a stick. I thought he might tell me, well, you just look and if you see this, you see that. No, he wants me to poke him with, he doesn't know me well. I'm not going to poke him with the stick. Was he alive? Well, he must have been, because when I got home that day, he wasn't there anymore. And for about 2 weeks, every time I walked out the back door, I was hoping I wouldn't bang into that possum. Never saw him again. I guess he's okay. Probably moved to my neighbor's house. Be friends with that groundhog. Hey, work well with others. Be respectful. Be responsible. Do your very best. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.